In my last video, I talked about how much I like working with this high-strength concrete blend. And it's not specifically because my garden panels needed to be high strength. Rather, I like how it mixes and settles and how the surface finish is so smooth. I also like how it sets up and hardens in only a few hours, and how little water you need to mix up a batch. And all of these positive qualities have led me to try and experiment with my thin panels. But first, the backstory. A few years ago, I started casting these thin panels in a wooden mold. Because the panels were only 1.5 inches thick, I chose a CSA mortar mix that is high strength and can be poured that thin. This is one of the CSA mortar mix panels from my garden that I poured years ago in a wooden mold. When I moved to the plastic molds, I found that the CSA mortar mix generated a lot of heat as it cures very quickly. This excess heat can have detrimental effects when it's not absorbed by its surroundings, like it does with the wood molds. The heat goes into the wood, where in the plastic molds the heat stays in the concrete, and that can cause it to create some surface cracks. Let me show you. In this CSA panel from the plastic molds, you can see these surface cracks. The panel is intact, but it's just not the best result. And all of that led to me formulating a Portland cement-based blend designed more for pouring countertops. Let me grab one of those. This panel was cast from that custom Portland-based blend in a plastic mold, and it looks great, and I was very happy with the results. As I said, this custom blend works very well, but I was wondering if this 6,000 psi ready mix blend is just as good or close enough for a garden panel. So in this short video, I'll try pouring thin panels in the wooden and plastic molds with this 6,000 psi blend and see what happens. This might be an easier and much cheaper way to cast the thin panels. Okay, let's prep the original wood and the plastic thin molds and see what happens. This video will deal just with the performance of this high-strength blend, so I won't cover in detail the preparation of the wooden mold as I've done in other videos. But briefly, I screwed together the side walls and end walls to the base, set the pipes in place, added latex caulk to the inside corners of the cavity, and cut some metal grid to add to the wet mix. Then I added some mineral oil to the cavity. I run my garden hose to ensure the water is cold and add some to a pail. In a wheelbarrow, I added the dry, high-strength 6,000 psi concrete mix. I'll slowly add water while blending with a shovel. My goal is to get all the mixture wet without making it runny. I suspect that this mix has a water reducer as an additive, as it can go from feeling too dry to being too wet very quickly. So I add a little water at a time. I'm looking to have a mix that holds some peaks when I stop working it with the shovel. And this particular mix I'm using for this wooden mold test is almost wetter than I would prefer. And this can be corrected if you hold back a little dry mix and add it if you think your mix is too runny. This was close enough for me, so I went ahead. With a small trowel, I'll start adding some wet concrete mix around each pipe. I like to ensure that there's no voids in these areas. Then I'll add a couple shovel loads. Then push the wet mix and spread it into the corners. With the mold half full, I can settle the mix with a rubber mallet or a reciprocating saw without the blade. This helps to bring trapped bubbles to the surface. Next, I'll lay in the wire grid and add more concrete on top of the mold. Spread that around, then vibrate it. And smooth the surface. I'll slide that 36-inch mold aside and repeat all the steps for the 24-inch thin wooden mold. After some light trowel work to smooth the surface, I let them sit for an hour, then cover with plastic. After 3 days at 70 degrees Fahrenheit, the concrete is strong enough to remove from the mold. I'll remove the screws and gently free each part. A little prying with a trowel was needed to free the base. And this casting looked good. I'll set it aside and unmold the 36-inch panel. Again, remove the screws from the sides and ends and gently work them free of the casting. The ends are easier to free up with a twisting motion to slide the wooden peg off the plastic pipe that stays embedded in the concrete. Like the 24-inch, the 36 looked really good. These will be wrapped in plastic in my shop and occasionally sprayed with water for 3 weeks while they cure to full strength. Now for the thin plastic molds. The preparation has been covered before, but I will note that I've applied a finishing wax to the cavity of the mold and brushed on petroleum jelly to the pipes. I'll add a few shovels of wet concrete mix to the cavity, then some around the pipes using a small trowel. I'll spread this around, then vibrate the table with my recip saw. A few taps with a rubber mallet also works well to settle the mix and bring bubbles to the surface. With the mold half full, I'll lay in some wire grid and press it into the mix with the trowel. I'll add more concrete, spread it around, settle it, and then smooth the surface. I added a bit too much wet concrete, so I scooped some out. I try to slightly underfill the mold about 1/8 of an inch. I can now start on the 24-inch plastic mold. I'll check that the pipes are sticking out past the flange edge and that I can see the small hole in the pipe. With the 24-inch filled and smooth, I noticed that all the vibrating of the table brought more bubbles to the surface of the 36-inch mold, so I gave that a final troweling. After 6 hours, the concrete hardened, so I was able to remove the pipes. For a better grip on the pipe, a small nail is inserted in the hole. Just a gentle twist and a pull removes them. I wipe off the excess petroleum jelly as I go. Then I'll cover them with plastic. After 3 days, I'll remove the castings from the molds. I'll free the edges with a gentle flex of the plastic. Then, lifting from the ends, I'll rotate the mold over with the face of it pressed against the edge of the bench. I don't want to rest the full weight of the concrete on the plastic flange edge. Then I'll repeat those steps for the 24-inch plastic mold. I wrap these castings with plastic, keep them damp, and leave them to cure in my shop for 3 weeks. After curing, I take the panels outside and set them over sawhorses to dress any sharp edges. I use a concrete rub brick for this. You can also use a diamond-embedded disc on an angle grinder. It takes less time but creates a lot of dust. The rub brick works well at smoothing over the edges and takes only a few minutes. These thin panels are done and now ready to be assembled into a raised garden bed. For both my original wooden DIY molds and the ABS plastic molds, the 6000 psi ready-mix concrete worked well. The panels have a smooth surface without any visible voids, and around the pipes and holes everything looks sound. This 6000 psi mix may not be available everywhere. In some places you may find a 5000 psi blend. I've not tested the 5000 psi blend, but I suspect you would get similar results. Drop me a comment below if you've tried that mix. So there you have it, a faster, easier, and cheaper way to cast these thin panels in the wooden and plastic molds. I've updated my casting guide for these panels and you can download that from my site. See the link in the description. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.